Hey, how's it going, everyone out there? Excuse me. Today I want to talk about, my first record again. The last video I put out was entitled AID3N, an Inquiry. And I was kind of talking about the first record I ever put out and my thoughts on it, kind of going over what I learned, what I wish I did differently, advice for other people making their first creative project of sorts. Excuse me. Let me get more comfy here. Essentially, I want to extend that because I've had a little bit of time to think about it, what I said, and I thought about it in the sense that I spent such a long time in one place, and I kind of want to go deeper into the reason why I spent so much time in that one place, so much time in the one world of this album. You know, I think I spent 14 months writing, recording the album. And it's not so much the time I spent making it, it's more the time I spent in between making it and now. Now what I'm starting to do is branch out a little bit, try different things, experiment. I'm not too worried about making something good and perfect. Like, you know, I want to make more, and I want to make more stuff at a higher frequency. But going deeper into why it took me 2 years or whenever I released the album, February 2023, February 24th, 2023. And yeah, I mean, you do the math on however long that is. I can't do math, but it's been a long time. And I haven't released anything else. I haven't touched YouTube or my Instagram really ever since that record came out. And diving deeper into why that, I think it boils down to a few things. When I put the record out, I think I was only 16 when I put the record out, or maybe I was 17. No, I was 16 when I put the record out. I was 15 when I started writing the record. And what was interesting about that is I think I created something good. I'm proud of that release, that first album. And I'm very happy with it still, with how it sounds sonically. But I'm not happy with how I promoted it, how I didn't do enough for it. I didn't innovate around that release. I didn't develop as an artist around that release. I didn't promote myself enough. And I think that comes down to, again, I was very young, didn't really know what I was doing, and I guess I can't really be mad about that, because I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that other than putting a bunch of Instagram posts out, but at the same time I didn't know how to do that without like repeating myself or getting people to actually kind of engage with it. And I think something that I've figured out now is it's important to kind of just be yourself and not care what people think. I cared what people think, like what people thought. And I think that affected my ability to promote that work. Now I'm much more comfortable who I am. I don't care what people think. And I'm not scared to just let people know what I'm doing. Let people know where the music is. Let people know, buy this and it will support me. I'm not afraid to do that anymore. And that's why all of these music videos have came out for this record, for my first record, 2 years, like years after the actual music was released. I should have done it right when the album came out, put the music videos out, and I wanted to do that, but I needed time to develop as an artist. And I think that ties into the idea of why it took so long, or it ties into why it took so long. I was young, and throughout however long until now, I've been developing as a creative person. I am more creative now than I was. I make stuff daily, whatever it is. It's mostly music, but it's photography, poetry, painting, art, drawing. I just do it all. It all comes out of me. And I try and make music every day now. When I was making the album, my priority was making a track for the album, writing a song for the album. And now my priority is create every day. That's really kind of what I'm concerned with. Create something new and honest at the highest frequency you can. And then afterwards, I can go through the stuff and say, oh, this goes really well with this, and that goes, oh, okay. Oh shit, wait, this all works. That could be an album. And then that's kind of how certain projects that I'm working on now, certain projects that are coming out soon, that's kind of how they developed. So in a way, I'm creating at a higher frequency, but I'm letting the albums form themselves. And I feel like by doing that, the albums kind of end up being more cohesive. The projects become more cohesive throughout all different artistic disciplines. I find it, when you create every day, things become more cohesive, more honest, and less performative. It's this onto the page, just heart onto the page, and I'm way more fascinated with that. It allows you to move quicker as an artist, and I think lastly, I guess all I can think about now, and I'm sure my opinions on this topic and my ideas on this topic will develop more in the coming future, and maybe I make another video on it, but the only thing I can think about right now is that I've recently, as of recent, stopped worrying about content. And I don't really like that word content. Because I'm not a content creator. I'm not a creative or whatever. I'm an artist. I saw this Instagram reel and it's like, it was this, I think it was a video of Jean-Michel Basquiat, and the caption read, like, imagine telling this guy in this modern age that he has to make short form content and TikToks or something along those lines. And I'm like, shit, yeah. You know, that's true. And there are so many really true, amazing artists right now that I follow that don't do the whole short form content thing. A lot of people seem to think it's necessary, but I don't think it is. I don't think you need Instagram to promote your shit. I mean, so far, and this is me talking, like, I don't have a big fan base, but so far, my biggest success in promoting stuff has been talking to people in person, and playing live, which I have done almost none of. But I notice, like, anytime I've played an open mic, or played in front of people, or played guitar in front of people, or shown someone my music, I always notice that they go and check it out in their own time. But, like, Instagram, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I'm over it. Like, I post there because I like to, and people see it, and they like it, but I don't know, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm viewing myself as an artist, not a content creator. I went on a little side tangent there, but that could be a whole nother video. But I view myself as an artist, not a content creator. And I've moved into this new space now. And I've matured. And I don't think it has anything to do with creativity or art, or like I've gotten better at music or this, that, or the other thing. I think I'm just simply maturing and realizing more of what I want to do, and what kind of art I want to do, and what kind of artist I want to be. And I don't want to be the short form doing what's trendy on the reels to get the views. I refuse to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to post stuff that I want to post. You know, I'm going to post my work, my art, so people can see it. And, yeah. So those are just a few, like, that's just a few insights and what was kind of on my mind right now, right before I decided to film this. And why it kind of took me years to kind of move on from this whole debut album era. Really kind of being a no one. Kind of not having a fan base. And you see it all the time. Like, I go on Spotify and there's this song I really like, and it's by a band, and they don't have a lot of listeners or whatever. Let's say 50, you know, like, because I like some of that stuff. Some of that really small stuff. And you know, you go and it's like, oh, okay, like, their first release was 8 years before their second release. And then their third release is like another 5 years from that. And it's interesting because I think a lot of people think, oh, maybe it's because they're small. They don't have traction or whatever, or like their music isn't good enough to gain the traction to get the promotion, to get them together in a studio to record all that. I don't think that's it. That can't be it. That can't be the reason, because then there's an opposite scenario, or an alternative scenario where there's artists that have no monthly listeners and they're putting out so much music. And it's good. But I feel like it has to do with, like, mindset. Your mindset will play a big factor in your outcome as an artist, as a large outcome of who you are will come from your mindset, and that will reflect in your work, and then that hopefully will reflect in your sales or numbers or analytics. But I don't even care about that. I just want to create at a higher level, and I think I am, and I'm going to, and I have so much cool stuff that is gonna come out very soon that I think is at a higher level creatively. Anyways, wrapping it up. Yeah, that's why I spent years making a record. So, see ya. Have a good one.